Bismillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, inshallah, today I'm going to share with you a reflection from Juz 19. And I really want to focus on the start of Surah Ash-Shu'ara. And really, the it's amazing because the surah starts like as a comfort to the Prophet ﷺ. You know, like anybody with a message, you're going to have your up and down days in terms of trying to deliver that message, especially when you're trying to bring about societal change. We're all human beings at the end of the day. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to the Prophet sallallahu, don't worry yourself to death over the fact that people won't necessarily believe. You have a duty to do, you have a role to play within society, you have a mission. And so I want you to fulfill that mission to the best of your ability. And so it's a really nice, very comforting opening that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But this is a surah, of course, that's filled with examples of the prophets of the past. So it's not just that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, okay, be comforted. He's saying that, okay, be comforted, but here, look, let me tell you about what's happened in the past. Let me tell you some stories and give you some guidance from what other prophets, your brothers in prophethood, what they went through, and how they struggled against people who wouldn't accept their message. And the surah, sorry, immediately it then shifts into the story of Musa alayhi salam and Fir'aun. And this in many ways is a remarkable thing, because Musa alayhi salam, he's explaining to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I am concerned, I'm worried that they're going to call me a liar, that they're going to um that I'm not going to be able to express myself in an adequate way, because I have this impediment in my speech. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, kind of reaffirms his heart, he helps him, he says, no, go forth, you need to do this is important work, and with that work I will give you my help. Okay. And of course, Musa alayhi salam, he ends up in front of Fir'aun, and he comes with a very, very, very simple message. Well, two simple messages. The first is that Fir'aun should believe in the Lord of the worlds. And the second part of the message is to let Bani Israel leave with him, that they should be emancipated, and they should be allowed to leave. So here's the fascinating thing about this part of the surah, and it comes in ayah 18. What is Fir'aun's response to Musa alayhi salam? Musa alayhi salam's come with something heavy, with something really deep and significant. And instead of dealing with what Musa alayhi salam has brought, which is this message of Tawheed, and specifically the accusation that Fir'aun has enslaved the children of Israel, what Fir'aun does is that he deflects. He says, hold on, aren't you the guy that we brought up in our household? Aren't you the one that we bestowed favors on? And when you the one who killed somebody within our realm? So it's so fascinating that Pharaoh doesn't deal at all with the accusation of 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 harm, of enslavement. He simply deflects by focusing on something different, right? And this for me is interesting, because uh, when I've held the government to account, when the media's come after me, they don't ever deal with the accusations that I level at them. What they talk about is how ungrateful I am to British society. And if you see some of the media narratives around people like Stormzy, when he holds the government to account, this UK rapper, the media will say, "Oh, how ungrateful is he that his family were allowed to live here." Or even Afua Hirsch, they said the same thing about her when she criticized the government. So it's an interesting thing that we see, that when you hold systems and structures of oppression to account for the wrong that they're doing, they don't ever deal with the message that you're bringing. What they do is that they deflect by raising something else. And of course, Musa alayhi salam, he recognizes the wrong that he did. He said that, I was misguided, but that has nothing to do with your enslavement of Bani Israel. So he brings the conversation back. And I think that's an important message for us as well, that, as people who are trying to deliver a message for, inshallah, the whole of society, for a better society, that we don't get dragged into the deflection tactics, that we don't get dragged into being um, being drawn into conversations that have nothing to do with our message. We must stay on our message, and we must carry it out, and we must speak its truth until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants us victory, or until our lives are over. But whatever the case is, we have to continue speaking our truth. So jazakumullah khair. Inshallah, I hope that I can share some more thoughts with you soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.